AI is not going to take your jobs. And the reason you should listen to me is that I have been working with $1 million businesses who are in a very developing stage, and these people are hiring for AI roles. So they need someone to bridge the gap between AI and humans. So independently, they are not relying on AI. And I'm the same person who has seen his friends and colleagues getting fired and their contracts being terminated just because of this very simple reason, because they couldn't make up and cope up with the rapid changes that was happening with AI. So let us begin. See, I am myself a freelancer. I have colleagues who are freelancer, who are in traditional 9 to 5 and who are content creators. And I thoroughly researched about this thing. I thoroughly spent enough months on it. For the last 7 to 8 months, I completely saw it. I used AI tools. I talked to people who are developing these tools and a lot of other stuff. And I arrived at this conclusion that AI is not going to completely take your jobs. Yes, it is going to cut the jobs. The frequency of the jobs is very low. I understand that thing. You also know that thing. The job market has suddenly changed. But there are other dynamics to it, which you are not seeing and which no one is telling you. So, as usual, keeping my ritual, I am here to talk about things which people are not talking about. First of all, you need to get this thing out of your mind that AI is going to take your job. As soon as this thought comes in your mind, you are already behind the crowd. Let's get back to the early 2000s when most of us were toddlers. We weren't doing anything productive, we were just eating sand in the ground or playing with our friends. At that time, computers were new, the internet was new. Even when the global companies were trying to create job opportunities in the Indian market, the Supreme Court was a little bit cautious about it. This is not the first time when mankind is seeing such a thing. You will see numerous studies where over 500,000 people lost their jobs in the tech field. Then we got the 2008 recession, and after that, what happened to the markets? I don't need to tell you that, right? But when the same thing is happening with Chat GPT, when people are losing their jobs, now you gotta see what kind of people are losing their jobs. It is not the very highly, where it is high order thinking skill, or when they have to put in a lot of mind or brain. The mundane jobs are being replaced. So recently, a lot of people are taking out these studies that Google fired 30,000 employees. People are also firing. At the same time, why don't you look at the aspect that a lot of people are being hired for AI roles? AI content writers are again in demand. AI copywriters are in demand. Companies know that they cannot solely rely on AI. They need someone who can train the AI and who can live with the AI. So you are not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. The only people who are going to get out of the jobs are the ones who are not ready to adapt to the change. Let us take example of the government departments, even the police departments, you can take it. So back in the late 90s or early 2000s, what was happening there? And ask this thing to your parents. Your parents have actually transitioned from proper pen and paper to electronic medium. Their office files have been replaced by docs, virtual docs, Google Docs, that kind of stuff. So what is happening is the same thing is now. So when our parents were working, they saw this shift. Now it is our turn to show the shift. Because at that time, if someone who was very good with pen and paper and they didn't make themselves adapt to the computers, to the new things that were coming into the market, they naturally became obsolete because they had no other option. They had to become obsolete because they were replaced by people who were, yes, you guessed it right, who were able to use the computers, who were friendly with them, and who know how this thing works. The same thing is happening now, but the only difference is back in that time, the awareness was not that much. You couldn't circulate a message this easily to the masses. Now you can. And that's exactly what people are leveraging in threatening you and making you buy AI courses which are of no value. Honestly speaking, you do not need AI courses. So, what is the solution? Now, first things first, if you do not adapt to AI, you stick on to what you are doing at this very moment. Down the line, after 2 years, you are going to become obsolete. The only way you can survive is you adapt to the change. You embrace a changing mindset and you adapt to the newest trends and technologies that are coming into the market, which most of you are not willing to do because, again, the same question. Oh, Vaibhav, how do I do it? The problem with you guys is that you do not want to go from the level 0 to level 50. You suddenly want someone who can take you to level 100. I am the guy who can take you from level 60 to level 100. 0 to 60 is your journey. No one handheld me till my journey. No one has handheld me till now. Now let me get into every niche one by one. Number one is content writing. I agree that GPT can create a good draft. GPT can fetch out all the information. Research time is cut down to almost half, and it is better in a lot of areas where we lack as human beings and which takes us a lot of time. The problem with ChatGPT is that it is not us, it is not humane. It cannot put in analogies like we can from real life examples, like I am doing right now. A AI generated video will not be able to do it because I am able to connect with you on a level, and that level is human level. And internet and these AI tools, they do not have that human connect with you. Why is it that whenever you read something, you easily figure out it is written from AI or it is it written by a human being? It's the analogies, it's the structure, it's the kind of words you are using, it's the kind of the flow. Because since childhood, we have been reading stuff that was created by humans. In school, we studied literature, it was written by a real person. You are listening to me, you are listening to a real person. As soon as you see a AI generated video on your feed, even if it is a short, you just scroll up. Why don't you look at things that way? So content writers need to adapt AI. I'm not saying you can survive without knowing AI. No, AI, you have to make it your friend. There is no way you can survive without AI in the next coming years, because this thing is going to blow and this thing is yet to hit its peak, and you still have time before becoming obsolete. So you are at that level. So you are that government employee who was habitual to these physical and tangible files, but now you have to make a shift to computers. You have to know what a UPS is, what a CPU is, what a processor is, and all that stuff. But if you don't know about it, then you are going to become obsolete. Second, we talk about copywriters. And yeah, you guys have taken a hit. I agree. Being a copywriter myself, yeah, that thing has taken a hit. There is no denial in it that GPT can create fantastic copies, given you put in the right prompts and all that stuff. But again, the human touch is missing. You all have seen these Swiggy Zomato notifications, right? What is the thing that makes these brands lively and not like other brands? It is the human touch. It is the things that we do in our daily lives, but someone just pops up in the notification and tells us this. It is that human connect. Now, if Swiggy Zomato were to use AI, do you think this human connect could have been there? The answer is yes. But for that, you need a human. Again, you need a human. AI is just increasing the competition. It is eliminating the weak ones out, and the strong ones, they are going to make a lot of money with it as well. Thirdly, we talk about video editing. And honestly speaking, I have tried it myself. I have taken 5 to 7 AI tools and I spent around 20 25 thousands in monthly subscriptions on them. But the kind of quality a human gave me, a human editor gave me, AI is not even close. Yeah, I agree they can generate good AI generated images, they can generate good captions, but the problem is the edits were not according to me. The edits were not according to the audience I'm targeting. Imagine this, if I put a AI voiceover on this video, are you going to listen to me? Because you don't want to listen to AI, and you do not want to listen to a robot. Like who does that? Like what kind of fetish is that? So video editors, they are also here to stay. But the thing is, when you hire a video editor who knows AI, the output is phenomenal. The output is really top notch. It's kind of the best of the both worlds. And you have to become that person for your clients and for your target audience who provides the best of the both worlds. You can inculcate the human element in it, but also you can inculcate the technological aspect in it. Once you merge these two, you become unstoppable as a service provider. Fourth one, let's talk about graphic designers and animators. Animators, I don't even need to tell, animators are not going anywhere. Animators are here to stay. No doubt they are here to stay. We saw it. Like I work with every kind of clientele. I have multi-million dollar businesses as my clients. And these people, they shell out money like pennies when they are hiring for some stuff. And we did that. Animators, like, how do I even put it in words? Because the difference in quality, the difference in the end result, despite AI being at par with it, it is far behind because of the human touch and the creativity the human brain gives you. Same is the case with graphic designers. Graphic designers inculcate their own creativity, their own mind, their own ifs and buts, like if not this, then what? All these things are not done by the artificial intelligence thing. You cannot put a brain in the computer. You need your hands to write it. The prompts are from your hands, from your brain. It is there to help you. AI is not here to take your jobs. I'm saying it once again. AI is here to make you more powerful. And if you are able to do it in the right way, you can literally create a fortune for yourself and you can be well settled. AI is not your enemy. Make it your friend and embrace the change, because changes, they tend to come in every decade. There is something that's blowing up. As I gave you the example for computers and internet, AI is also that kind of stuff. But thinking completely that AI is going to be very much dangerous for you, or it can just, you know eliminate you, and then what? If you are eliminated by AI, like if a computer is able to replace you, do you think you had value in the first place? If a machine can come and replace your work, do you think you are valuable? No, I'm not going to say to be valuable, come join me, take my paid course and pay me money. No. Figure it out on your own. I don't care. I don't want to pitch that stuff because this whole video is about that you being saved from these traps. This is a proper business model. Can't you guys see it? I'm assuming since you are watching my video, you are either a freelancer or a content creator or a traditional 9 to 5 employee. In all the cases, do you really believe that your skill set can be replaced by a machine? I don't. I tend to differ. And the reason that I am having such a polarized opinion on this thing is that I interviewed a lot of candidates and a lot of places. I went myself, I sat in front of the board, I talked to them, they interviewed me, we had a word, and it was very clear to me that these people are not focusing on AI. This whole narrative that AI is going to take your jobs is from people who are having AI courses, and I don't know why that thing doesn't makes any sense to me. So a person who is having $1 million in the bank account, whose business is at around 150 million, that person says that we are not going to solely rely on AI and we need a human to operate with the AI. Does that person holds a value? Or some YouTuber with 1 million subscribers saying that AI is going to take your job, but I'll make you AI proof. So you take my course and then you join me. Who makes sense to you? I'll any day give the $1 million client the upper hand, because this person knows that he has built a business. If a person who has built $1 million business, he is far more superior and knowledgeable than someone who is just talking stuff to sell his own thing. What do you think? The OpenAI that is being developed, Sam Altman, his company, like, is AI running it? If it is the case, then let them do all the things. Why are they hiring people? Why are companies taking out roles of AI copywriter, AI content writer? And why there is a policy with companies these days that they need a no AI, no plagiarized content? Why? If it is so good, why? People try to do this thing and they try to become very smart. The same thing happened with Google. So they just used to create drafts from ChatGPT, Control C, Control V, paraphrase it and post it on Google. As soon as Google launched the update, over 3 lakh blogs vanished. So what happened, smartass? I'm again in the conclusion telling you AI is not going to take your jobs. Even if you are a graphic designer, you are an editor, you are a coach, you are a copywriter, you are a content writer, you are a social media manager, you do performance marketing, email marketing, campaigning, whatever stuff you do. Like, I've counted 9 till on my fingers within the last 5 seconds. Like, there are hundreds of other fields. AI is nowhere near replacing you. But yes, again, this old fancy line, AI will not replace you, but a person using AI will. And this thing, people take it lightly, but this is the most deadliest stuff. If I had not made myself advanced with AI, by the time the clients I am catering to, they would have went somewhere else. But I didn't give them the chance. As soon as this thing came in, I sat down, I brainstormed. I sat down with my pen and paper. So that thing already made me in front of 99%, because most people they take, oh, let me take my notes. Yeah, take your notes. You are not going to open it. You are just scrolling to Insta. I took my pen and paper. My phone was in the other room. This whole setup was closed, and I was sitting on the terrace. And yeah, I just figured it out that I need to do this thing. Started adapting to the AI changes. Initially, it was pathetic. The drafts and the prompts and all that stuff was really crappy. As the time went by, I got better at it. And then when the clients asked that, can you do this? I was like, yeah, sure, why not? Many of my colleagues, they have been replaced just because they were not ready to mold themselves according to the market conditions. There is a saying in Hindi, but I'll try to make it in English, even though it loses essence. But the tree which is standing at proper 90 degrees is the first one to get cut down. So in conclusion, that was pretty much it. The video was long, but if you are watching it till here, like, AI is not going to take your job, man. But simply you just need to make yourself adapt to it. And the prompts and all that stuff, just do hit and trial and free resources. Do not go with the paid ones initially. Again, go from 0 to 60. At a point when you feel stuck, especially when you are stuck for a long time, try to find out a genuine person who can help you out. Pay them the money, learn from them, but do not pay to go from 0 to 60. Always pay to go from 60 to 100. That's pretty much it. I will see you in the next one. Till then, watch my free content, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with your friends and tell them that there is this guy who actually made sense after a very long time. So they should watch me, and tell them to subscribe, because that's how we are going to grow, and that's how I will tell you more insider information. So this was it for the monologue, and I hope you enjoyed the content. So bye bye.